Good evening everyone. Myself Sandhya Rani, lecturer in commerce at TTW or DCW, Medak. Today we are going to discuss about GST. So what is meant by GST? In previous class we have to discuss about income tax. So in our today's class we have to discuss about GST. GST means goods and service tax. So it has to be replaced many indirect taxes. It has to be replaced many indirect taxes in India. So the GST bill has to be passed in Parliament 29th March 2017, and the GST Act has to be came into force on 1st July 2017. So this is a brief history of GST. Let's come to actual the concept of GST. So what is meant by GST means GST is a tax on goods and services with comprehensive and continuous chain. So it is an what is that? GST is an the goods and services with comprehensive and continuous chain of a set of benefits from the producer's point and service provider's point up to the retailer's level. So come to the second point. But GST is expected to be levied only at the destination point, means after completion of production. So only at the destination point and not at various points, means manufacturing and retailer outlets. So it is an essentially a tax only on points out, only on value addition at each stage, and a supplier of each stage is permitted to set off through a tax credit mechanism which would eliminate the tax burden of all cascading effects, including the burden of SENVAT and also service taxes. So under GST, all different stages of production and distribution can be interpreted as mere the tax passed through the tax essentially stock on final consumption with the taxing jurisdiction. So currently a manufacturer needs to pay the tax when finished products. So when the manufacturer has to pay tax to the government after completion of production, so it moves the product from the factory and it is again taxed at a retailer outlet and when it is sold, and the taxes are levied at multiple stages. Taxes are levied at multiple stages, means the manufacturer pays the tax as well as a retailer also pays the tax when the product has to be sold. So the taxes are levied at the multiple stages such as SENVAT and sales tax, central sales tax and state sales tax and octroi will be replaced. All these taxes are to be replaced by GST. It is to be introduced at a central level and also at a state level. So all goods and services bearing a few exemptions, all goods and services are bearing a few exemptions will be brought into the GST base. So there will be no distinction between goods and services. There is no distinction between goods and services. Then come to next point. Under GST, the tax burden will be divided equitably between manufacturing and services through a lower tax rate by increasing the tax base and minimizing exemptions. However, the basic features of law such as chargeability, definition of taxable, and then next event and taxable person, measure of laying including valuation provisions, basis of classification, etc. would be uniform across the statutes as far as practicable. Then next come to next point. So the existing CST, central sales tax, will be discontinued instead of a new statute known as IGST. So it is replaced by CST. IGST means integrated goods and service tax. It will be come into replace on interstate transfer of goods and services. Then by removing all the cascading effects of taxes, means CST, additional customs duty, surcharges, luxury tax, entertainment tax, etc. So CST and CGST and SGST will be charged on same price. So what is the existing tax structure in India? In previous class already we discussed about there are two types of taxes are there in India. There are two types of taxes are there. One is direct taxes and second one is indirect taxes. So let's we see the what is that the chart regarding existing tax structure in India. So tax structure, there are two types of taxes are there. So one is direct taxes and second one is indirect taxes. So what is the meaning of direct taxes? Means the person or the assessee has to be paid taxes to the government directly. That taxes are called as direct taxes. Then in previous class we already discussed about what is direct taxes. What are the examples of direct taxes? One is income tax and second one is a wealth tax. Let's come to next one, indirect taxes. So here indirect taxes means the assessee has to be paid taxes to the government indirectly. That taxes are called as indirect taxes. So here the GST has to be replaced by all indirect taxes. So here there are two types of indirect taxes are there. One is a central tax and second one is a state tax. Okay, then what is a central tax? What are the examples of central taxes? Central tax means the central government has to be laid taxes. And what are state taxes? Do you know? The state government has to be laid taxes. Okay, what are central taxes means? Excise tax, service tax and customs tax. Let's come to state taxes. So VAT means value added tax, and then next one is entry tax, and then next luxury tax, then next lottery tax, etc. So what is the proposed tax structure in India? So our new tax structure in India, the tax structure, let's we see beta. So direct taxes and second one is the indirect taxes. So here, so our topic GST has to be replaced by all indirect taxes. So there are two types of taxes are there. One is direct taxes and second one is indirect taxes. So here indirect taxes equals to GST except customs. Okay, so come to direct taxes, income tax and wealth tax. And the second one is indirect tax. Intrastate tax. Intrastate tax means the what is that the taxes are paid within the state only, within the state, that is called as intrastate taxes. Then let's come to interstate tax. Interstate taxes means the taxes are to be levied between the states. Between the states means one state to another states. So that is called as interstate tax. Interstate goods and service taxes. Okay, so here interstate means CGST, central goods and service taxes, and SGST, state goods and service taxes. So interstate means come to next IGST. IGST means we already discussed integrated goods and service tax. So this IGST has to be levied by central government only. Then subsuming of existing taxes. Let's come to next slide. What is that? Subsuming of existing taxes. So what is the substituting taxes for existing? So CGST will replaced by central excise duty, additional duties of customs, next one is service tax, next surcharge and all cess. Okay, all cess means health and education cess, like that. Then next to SGST. SGST has to be replaced by VAT, sales tax, entertainment tax, luxury tax, lottery tax, next entry tax, purchase tax, stamp duty, goods and passengers tax, next tax on vehicle, next electricity, banking, real estate, etc. Okay, then IGST has to be replaced by CST, central sales tax. So what is the model of this GST? Let's come to next slide. What is that? Let's model of GST. So what is the model of this GST means? CGST and SGST. intrastate transactions. SGST and CGST for intrastate transactions. So what is the model? Let's we discuss. So in GST system, both central and state taxes will be collected at the point of sale. At the point of sale, when it is to be collected, at the point of sales transactions has to be made. These taxes has to be collected by the government. Okay. So when both components means central and state GST will be charged on the manufacturing cost only. So this will benefit individuals as prices are likely to be come down. Lower prices will lead to more consumption, thereby helping companies. Then come to IGST for interstate transactions. IGST means integrated goods and service tax. So for interstate transactions, what is the model for GST? Let's see. So IGST model will be in place for taxation of interstate transaction of goods and services, and the scope of this IGST model is that center would laying IGST, which would be CGST plus SGST. So what is that integrated GST, which would be both combination of CGST as well as SGST on all interstate transactions of taxable goods and services with appropriate provisions for consignment or stock transfer of goods and services. Then next, the GST paid on the purchase of goods and services to be paid on the supply of goods and services. So there should be no distinction between raw material as well as capital goods. So there should be no distinction between what are that raw material as well as capital goods. In allowing input tax credit, the tax base should be comprehensively extend overall goods and services up to final consumption point on value addition. Then accessible value for all taxes will be same. So let's come to next slide. What is that? Stakeholders in business chain. So who are the stakeholders in business chain means, first one is for goods and services, goods plus services. See, first one is who is that? Manufacturer. So the manufacturer has to produce the goods. So here the wholesaler has to purchase the goods from the manufacturer. Then again the wholesaler has to sell the goods to retailer. So the retailer has to purchase the goods from the wholesaler. Again he sold the goods to final the consumer. So here the government and the banks has to be, the government has to be take taxes from the consumer, final consumer only. So here these are the stakeholders in the business chain. So for next slide, what is that? GST set of chain. So what is the GST set of chain? Here first one is a manufacturer. So here input credit of goods and services. Input credit of goods and services. So after taking set of input credit, pay the output liability on value addition. Then next wholesaler. So how to pay wholesaler? Input credit of goods plus services from manufacturer. Then after taking set of input credit and pay the output liability on value addition. Then next one is retailer. So here retailer input credit of goods plus services from wholesaler. So ever they from they from whom they have to be taken? From goods services from wholesaler. Okay. Then next, after taking set of input credit, pay the output liability on value addition. So again last one, who is that? Final consumer. So ultimate output liability recovered from the consumer only. So the next slide, what is that? Set of methodology. Set of methodology. So since the central GST, so since the central GST and state GST are to be treated separately in general, So tax paid against the central GST shall be allowed to be taken as a input tax credit, ITC, input tax credit for the central GST, and could be utilized only against the payment of central GST. So the same principle will be applicable for the state GST also. So what is the same principle means? Here the taxes are to be paid against the central GST, and it shall be allowed to be taken as a ITC. ITC means input tax credit for the central GST, and could be utilized only against the payment of central GST. So cross the utilization. What is the next point? Cross utilization of ITC between the central GST and state GST would be in general to be allowed. Then next ADC. ADC paid on import of goods and services. Here ADC has to be paid on import of goods and services would fall under the IGST, and this duty would be allowed for a set of SGST and CGST. So then next, how this CGST and SGST tax liability has to be working. So how it should be working in three areas, for what? Manufacturing and wholesaler as well as a retailer. So stage of supply chain, first one is, then next purchase value of input, then next value at which supply of goods and services made to next stage, and then next rate of SGST, then next one is rate of SGST, and then CGST on output, then next one is CGST on output, then input tax credit on CGST, and input tax credit on SGST. Here net CGST equals to CGST on output minus CGST on input credit. The next one, net SGST equals to SGST on output minus SGST on input credit. Okay, so then manufacturer. So for example here purchase value is 100 rupees. For example here purchase value is how much? 100, and then value addition is 30. So how much the total value? 130. 100 plus 30. So here rate of SGST is 10% and for value 5%. So here CGST on output, how much it is? 130. 130 divided by 10 equals 13. Okay. Then next 130 into 10%. Then again how much it is? 130 into 5%. For SGST output 6.5. So here input tax credit is 10 and input tax credit on SGST is 0. So what is the net CGST? Net CGST output minus input. So output is output of CGST and input of SGST. So see, output is 13 minus output of minus input tax credit is 10, that equals to 3. Okay, then let's come to next net SGST. So net SGST equals to SGST on output minus input tax credit here. So output how much it is? 6.5 minus input tax credit is 0, nil. So how much it is? 6.5. So then again let's come to for wholesaler. So for wholesaler 130 is a purchase value of input. So again it a value addition 20. So here value at which supply of goods and services made to next stage total is a 150. So for 150 rate of SGST is a 10 and again rate of SGST is a 5. So input and output. Let's we see. So what is CGST on output? 15% means 150 into 15. 150 into 10%. Then next CGST on output 150 into 5, 7.5. Again input tax credit on CGST is 13. Then next output tax credit on SGST is a 6.5. In previous we are already calculated in previous manufacturer. So 13 6.5. So see, net CGST equals to CGST on output minus input tax credit. So 15 minus 13. So 2 is a net CGST. Then net SGST. So SGST on output minus input tax credit. So 7.5 minus 6.5 equals to 1. Then come to retailer point of view. So here purchase value of input is a 150 and value addition is a 10. So the total is a 160, and what is the rate of SGST is 10 and rate of SGST is 5. So what is that? 160 into 10% equals to 16, and again 160 into 5% is to 8. So input tax credit 15 and input tax credit on SGST is 7.5. In previous wholesaler, how much it is? 7.5. Okay. Then next CGST equals to CGST on output minus input tax credit. So 16 minus 15. Input tax credit is 15. So how much it is? 1. Okay. Then again net SGST equals to SGST on output minus input tax credit. So 8. In output tax credit is 8 and input is 7.5. So that equals to 5. 0.5 is net SGST. So let's come to next slide. What is that? Mechanism of dual taxation. Okay, mechanism of dual taxation. So see, after introduction of GST, all the traders including manufacturer will be paying both types of taxes. That is, what are both types of taxes? CGST and SGST. So the central GST and the state GST would be levied simultaneously on every transaction of supply of goods and services except the exempted goods. So what are the exempted goods? Alcohol, like that. Okay, except exempted goods and services, goods which are outside and the purview of GST, and the transactions which are to be below the prescribed threshold limits. And further, both would be levied the same prices or value, unlike state VAT, which is levied on the value of the goods inclusive of sen VAT, and that is CGST and SGST will be charged on the same price. So here supply of goods. Next one is, what is that? Supply of goods. So supply of the, suppose the rate of CGST is 10%, and again the rate of SGST is also 10%. When a wholesale dealer of wholesale of steel of Uttar Pradesh, so supplying steel bars and rods on a construction of a company, so then which also be located within the same state for saying 100 rupees, for say 100 rupees within the same country, and the dealer would charge GST rupees 10 rupees and SGST of rupees 10 in addition of the basic price of the goods. Then supply of services. Suppose that the rate of CGST is 10 and the rate of SGST is 10. When an advertising company located at Mumbai suppliers advertising services to a company manufacturing of soaps which also be located within the state of Maharashtra for rupees 100, then the ad company would be charged CGST for 10 rupees as well as SGST also 10 for the basic value of services. Means here both dual taxes are same, means CGST as well as SGST within the same country. So here in both the cases would be required to deposit the CGST component into the central government account and SGST portion into concerned state government account. So he need not actually pay duty in cash, and he would be entitled to set of liability against CGST or SGST paid on his purchases, but for paying CGST he would be allowed to use only the credit of CGST and SGST paid on his purchases respectively. So in other words, CGST credit cannot in general be used for payment of CGST, nor can SGST credit be used for the payment of CGST. So what is GST on import of goods and services? GST on import of goods and services. So with the constitutional amendments, both the GST, CGST and SGST will be levied on import of goods and services into the country. So the incidence of tax will follow the destination principle, place and supply rules. Place of supply rules. Then the tax revenue in case of SGST will occur to the state where the imported goods and services are consumed. So next come to next point. So full and complete set off will be available on the GST paid on import on goods and services. Then next, thus import of goods will attract BCD and IGST. It may be noted that import of services as against service tax at present in GST regime will be attract IGST. So the basic customs duty will continue to there under GST system. However, the additional customs duty in lieu of CVD, excise and the special additional duty, so SAD, special additional duty in lieu of sales tax VAT will be subsumed the import GST. Then next, the import of services will be subject to central GST and state GST on reverse charge mechanism. In other words, the GST will be payable by the importer on a self-declaration basis. So here taxable person. Who is a taxable person? Let's we see. So the next slide, taxable person. So it will cover all types of persons carrying on business activities, that is manufacturer, job worker, trader, importer, exporter, all types of service providers, etc. And if a company is having 4 branches in 4 different states, okay, one company is having 4 branches at 4 different states, all 4 branches will considered as tax persons. All 4 branches are considered as what is it? Tax persons under each jurisdiction of CGS. Okay. Then next, a dealer must get registered under CGST as it will make him entitled to claim ITC, input tax credit of CGST, of thereby attracting buyers under B2B, business to business. B2B means business to business transactions. So importers have to register under both CGST and SGST as well. Okay. Then next, GST on export of goods and services. So for import also, import completed. The next, export of goods and services. So GST on export would be 0 rated. Then similar benefits may be given to SEZ means special economic zones, processing zones only. Then no benefit to sales from and SEZ to domestic tariff area, DTA. So then next last point, GST paid by exporter on the procurement of goods and services will be refunded. Then registration under GST. How to register under GST Act? So each taxpayer would be allotted a PAN. PAN means permanent account number, linked taxpayer identification number with a total of 13 by 15 digits. So this would bring the GST PAN linked system in line with the prevailing PAN based system for income tax facilitating data exchange and taxpayer compliance. Then last point, what is it? The exact design would be worked out in consultation with income tax department. So returns under GST. What are the returns has to be done under GST? So the taxpayer would need to submit periodical returns to both the central GST authority and to concerned state GST concerns authorities. Then ITC, input tax credit, can also be verified on the basis of the returns filled and revenues reconciled against challan data from banks. Then common standardized return for all taxes with different account heads under CGST, IGST and SGST can come into picture. Then common standardized challan for all taxes with different account heads for CGST, SGST and IGST can come into picture. So then taxable event. What is a taxable event means? Existing practice and for GST practice. For existing practice means before GST and after GST. So for existing practice, excise duty, manufacturing, next is sales tax, VAT sale of goods, then service tax and realization of services. Then next taxable events on for comes to GST, taxable events of supply of goods and services. Then next the location of the supplies of recipient and within the country is immaterial for purchase of CGST for the purpose of CGST. And then next CGST would be chargeable only when the supplier and the recipient are both located within the state. Then last one is interstate supply of goods and services will be attract IGST. Then come to GST invoice. Okay, the task force on GST said to be computation of CGST and SGST liability should be based on the invoice credit method, that is allow credit for tax paid on all intermediate goods and services on the basis of invoice issues by supplier. Then next come to next point, invoice level. All details is necessary for invoice level. Details is necessary for the reconciliation of tax deposits and end-to-end reconciliation of ITC, and effective IGST implementation may also require invoice level details. Then next, a number of states are capturing invoice details, even the existing VAT systems. It is proposed to follow a two-pronged approach with dealer level granularity of returns in the first phase, followed by the invoice level in the next phase. And what is the rate of tax? Next slide is what is the rate of tax. So the combined GST rate is being discussed by the government, and the rate is expected around 16%. How much it is? 16%. After the total GST rate is arrived at, the state and the central will decided on the CGST and SGST rates. So currently services are taxed at 12%, and the combined charge indirect on most goods are around 20%. So today the rate of GST in some countries are what are that? Australia 10%, France 19.60%, Canada 5%, Germany 19%, Japan 5%, Singapore 7%, Sweden 25%, New Zealand 15% and Pakistan 17%. So then next slide, what is that? Exemption of goods and services. So what are the exemption for under the GST? Alcohol, tobacco, petroleum products are likely to be out of the GST regime. So what are that? Alcohol, tobacco and petroleum products. So tax on items containing alcohol. So alcoholic beverages would be kept out of the purview of GST. Sales tax, VAT could be continued to be levied. So the GST has to be exempted under alcoholic, but the sales tax and VAT has to be continued to be levied on alcoholic beverages as well as per the existing practice. And in case it has been made by the VAT table by the some states, there is no objection to the excise duty which is presently levied by the state. Many may not also be affected. Then next to come to taxes on petroleum products. So petroleum and petroleum products has also been constitutively bought under the GST. However, it has also been provided that petroleum and petroleum products shall not be subject to the lay of GST till notified at a future date on the recommendation of GST Council. And tax on tobacco products. So tobacco products would be subject to the GST with ITC, input tax credit. Center may allowed by to levy of excise duty on tobacco products over and above GST and with ITC. So taxes of services. So as indicated earlier, both center and state will have concurrent powers to lay taxes on goods and services. In case of state, the principle for tax of interstate has already been formulated by working group of principals, secretaries of finance, taxation and commission of trade taxes, which senior representative of Department of Revenues, Government of India. And for interstate transactions on innovative model of integrated GST will be adopted by the appropriately aligning and integrating CGST and IGST. Then next one is a composition scheme. So it is a composition scheme for this GST. So a composition or compounding scheme will be an important feature of GST to protect the interest of small traders and small scale industries. So the composition compounding scheme for the purpose of GST should have an upper ceiling on gross annual turnover and a floor tax rate with respect to gross annual turnover. Then in a particular there will be a compounding cutoff of rupees 50 lakhs at a gross annual turnover and the floor rate of 0.5% across the states. And the scheme would allow option for GST registration for dealers with turnover below the compounding cutoff. Then next GST and Information Technology Interface, IT. IT means information technology. So based on the legal provisions and procedures for GST, the content of workflow software such as automated central excise and service tax would require review. So on the IT front, there has been consensus that there will be a common portal providing 3 core services. So 3 core services, what are that? Registration, return and payments. So information flow associated entities. So how to information has to be flowed. So see the chart carefully. So common GST portal, reconciliation system. So the taxpayer and as well as a bank, banks and for RBA, banks and RBA. So the taxpayer send a challan to banks and upload the details. The bank has to be upload the details of challan details in state 1 portal and state 2 portal and state 3 portal. So again, so the taxpayer also fill the returns central portal CBEC. So the CGST and IGST return has to be sent to common GST. Here also the bank has to send the details CGST and IGST returns. So again, so the GST has to be sent MCA and NSDL and CBDT. Then next, increased assessee base. So next slide is what is increased assessee base. So under the CGST model proposed with the threshold of annual turnover of 10 lakhs, the present assessee base of excise and service tax of about 10 lakhs will increase to about 50 lakhs. 10 lakhs to 50 lakhs has to be increased in every manufacturer and trader. Above the specified threshold will be liable to CGST. Then next one is tax reconciliation between central and state government. So what is the reconciliation of tax between central and state government? The exporting state will be transferred to center the credit of SGST used in payment of IGST. Then the importing dealers will claim credit of IGST while discharging his output tax liability in his own state. Then next one, the center will transfer the importing state and the state of and the credit of IGST used in payment of SGST. And the last one, the relevant information will also be submitting to the central agency which will act as a clearinghouse mechanism. Then last what is the last slide is flow of GST model. So it is the flow of GST model. The major flow of GST model is local dealers have to be pay CGST in addition to SGST. Then in addition to this, CGST mainly represents the excise service tax and CGST mainly represents the VAT portion, but because of no differentiation between goods and services, service supply within the state would attract SGST as GST is levied at each stage on the supply chain and assessee have to be pay CGST as well as SGST. The last one, the issue will still needs to be resolved or the revenue sharing between the states and the center and a framework for exemption threshold consumption. So this is about what is that GST. So thank you.